Brother lads, welcome back to the Cossy podcast. My name is Cossy. Welcome back to a brand new video. Matheus Cunha has already agreed personal terms with Arsenal and therefore he wants to move this January. He's pushing for a move. However, Wolverhampton Wanderers are asking for a figure upwards of £80 million. We're going to be talking about that. Benjamin Sesko as well. There's a lot of talk whether Sesko can move in January, with the Athletic confirming that Sesko and Alexander Isak are the two long-term summer targets for Mikel Arteta. However, both of them are typically unavailable in January. We'll talk about what the Gabriel Jesus injury means at the moment, and of course why Arsenal are now moving for a winger and an attacker as well. Of course, there is a loan deal that could be done for Evan Ferguson. That means obviously one of Raheem Sterling or Neto has to leave. There are a couple of other deals that are also being explored by Arsenal, including Dusan Vlahovic. So it is hot and very busy. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel as well. As we speak right now, I can confirm we don't have a deal close. We don't have a very close deal. The only deal that I can confirm is very close to completion is the Martin Zubimendi deal, and that deal will happen in the summer, where Arsenal will trigger the release clause of the player and wait until June to sign him officially. So apart from that, I know there is a lot of rumors going on. I know there is a lot of stories going on. I can say Arsenal are moving quietly and very slowly. Like Jamie Carragher said, at the moment, if you're Arsenal, it's better that you don't get it wrong than rushing and getting in the wrong player. That's why I'm really panicking. I'm really not happy with the speed that we are using on this deal, on these deals in January. But I also understand, I don't think that there is an easy deal out there to be done. Yes, Omar Mamouche maybe could have been done. Maybe Kavicha Kvaratskhelia could have been done. But the question is, did Arsenal have these players in their long-term plan, in their long-term project? And flexibility is always a very big part of business, a very big part of life. But if the manager never liked these players anyway, then there's no point in bringing them in January. So let's get into it. Let's start off with Matheus Cunha. Team News and Ticks has just confirmed that Matheus Cunha is now giving Wolverhampton Wanderers headache when it comes to signing the new deal. He has already agreed a deal with them verbally a long time ago, but putting pen to paper is still the problem. Matheus Cunha still thinks with his camp that a team like Arsenal, a couple of other clubs as well, that are looking into that position as a position that they could actually activate. They could sign Matheus Cunha in January. A couple of clubs think Cunha is a player that could actually be on the market if Wolverhampton Wanderers are put under pressure. So what is coming out today from Team News and Ticks, he has confirmed that Arsenal and Matheus Cunha already have an agreement on personal terms. Now, there was a story that was making rounds that I didn't cover anyway, but there was a story that was saying that Arsenal had agreed terms with an unknown player. Now, of course, that's really crazy. You can't say that you've agreed terms with an unknown player, but the player was not disclosed to the media. So Team News and Ticks has revealed today that that player was Matheus Cunha. Matheus Cunha is the player that Arsenal agreed terms with a couple of days earlier on in the window. And of course, Arsenal doing that, they were hopeful and they were optimistic that they could turn Matheus Cunha's head away from Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, of course, we've seen deals happen in January. Like I say, Omar Mamouche is one deal that no one expected to happen in January. Frankfurt losing Omar Mamouche in January. I looked at the deal and I was like, this is not happening. Manchester City have done it. But of course, Kavicha Kvaratskhelia from Napoli. No one thought that Kavicha was going to leave in January. He's now at PSG. You look at Garnacho. Talks are ongoing between a couple of clubs and Manchester United to lure Garnacho out from the Old Trafford in January. So it looks like if you are serious and your negotiation skills are good, you might actually get the player you want. So agreeing personal terms with Matheus Cunha has now brought a very interesting dynamic to this story. Ask me how? Cunha is saying, I'm not putting pen to paper right now. I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna wait. And Wolverhampton Wanderers are desperate. They know a couple of clubs are pushing and pushing for Cunha. So is it going to happen in January? It could happen in January. This one is more activatable. I think it's live than Shesko. It's live than Vlahovic. And it's live than Alexander Isak. And I'm going to explain why those deals are harder than the Matheus Cunha deal. Mikel Arteta is a fan of Matheus Cunha. Cunha is basically another Gabriel Jesus, but I would say a Gabriel Jesus that is a little bit more clinical and a Gabriel Jesus that scores goals. That's what I would say. I think if you put them on the pitch together, they will do the same things. Apart from the difference would be Cunha loves to score and is a little bit more clinical as a player. So today the Athletic have revealed that Gabriel Jesus' injury has led Arsenal to intensify their efforts on the transfer market this winter. Otherwise, we were okay with not signing anyone. That's what anyway, that's according to David Ernest from the Athletic. He reveals that looks like Arsenal didn't want to sign anyone in attack this winter, but the injury to Saka, followed by Gabriel Jesus' injury, has now forced the club into that position. Now, again, I don't understand what Arsenal are all about. I don't understand our values anymore. I don't understand our principles anymore. I don't understand the motion, and I don't understand the direction of this team. Because if you're telling me that with such a very, very poor ending to 2024, and I think we've put up a very, very bad title chase against Liverpool, if you're telling me that the manager is saying every single press conference he's doing, he is saying that the squad is small. He's saying that the squad needs to be worked on, which is his blame, but also the board has to be active. If you're telling me that all that is happening and the club was not planning to sign anyone in January, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, with that, right? All I can say right now is get me your thoughts in the comment box below. However, it looks like we are not looking at Cunha only. Cunha, personal terms agreed, Arsenal moving to get the deal done. If possible, there is a little bit of optimism in the air that the deal could be done. But Arsenal are looking at other positions as well, and especially for the summer. So the Athletic today have revealed that a winger could happen if a striker fails. The focus is in number 9 and a winger, right? I think Mikel Arteta was thinking and was hoping that Kai Havertz would come good as a centre forward. Now, I don't know whether he thought Kai Havertz would become like Jota or, I don't know, Erling Haaland. I don't know, right? But he was hoping that it comes good. And in the summer, one of the reasons as to why Shesko decided not to join us was there was no guarantee that it was going to be our starting number 9. It was, they wanted to make him a second striker to Kai Havertz, a bench option to Kai Havertz. And Shesko said, listen, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to be the main guy at RB Leipzig. And that is what has happened. Now, I think there is a general consensus within Arsenal, especially within Mikel Arteta as a person, that Kai Havertz the idea of Kai Havertz being this number 9 has failed. So we are now panicking, trying to get a number 9 in January. So Arsenal looking at loan deals elsewhere. We are also looking at wingers, especially on loan. Sky Sports, David Chef has said that there is a couple of targets that Arsenal are looking at, but many of them are in clubs that have UEFA Champions League football, which means Arsenal have to wait until the end of the season. I mean, if I look at some clubs in the UCL, are we really looking at players from clubs that have UCL? Maybe Aston Villa? I don't know, right? But for me, John Duran is a player I think we could go for. He's valued at around 85 million. I think if you slapped 60 good million on the table, 10 million in add-ons, that's a deal you could do right there. That's a deal you could do for 70 million pounds. John Duran in my opinion, that's a deal you could do. Very good player. Brilliant striker. Brilliant number 9. Brilliant centre forward. The Athletic have also said that Arsenal have 2 primary targets for centre forward. And both of them are more likely to happen in the summer rather than in January. And that is Alexander Isak and Benjamin Sesko. Now, with Benjamin Sesko, this is what is going on. RB Leipzig have made it very clear. They have an agreement with the player to sell, but not in January. To sell in the summer. So Sesko can leave, but in the summer. If you're going to force Sesko to leave in January, if you're going to force Leipzig to sell in January, they're asking for 80 million. Bloody hell, I do not want to see anyone thinking that Sesko is worth 80 million. He's scored 8 goals this season from 17 appearances, and I don't think he's better than that. I really don't. And I could be wrong. I just don't think I am. I just don't think I'm wrong about Benjamin Sesko. But we will argue on another day. My point is, right? The point right now is Sesko is not available in January. There've been a few voices of optimism that maybe at some point in time Sesko will push for a move and all that. But I think Sesko in January, that's the deal that's not happening. With Alexander Isak, the exclusive from the Daily Mail confirmed that not now, not in the summer, will Arsenal afford the British record fee of £150 million. So we'll have to wait and see. Does he push for a move out of Newcastle? Can we get a price cut? Can we get a discount? Can we get that price to come down? Otherwise, if we don't, there might be a problem. With all this, I'm gonna make a prediction, right? So I think there are around 4 players right now that I think we are seriously considering for number 9. Dusan Vlahovic, Matheus Cunha, Isak, and Sesko. If Arsenal are going to bring in a number 9 in January, it's going to be one of these 2. It's either gonna be Dusan Vlahovic or it's going to be Matheus Cunha. Why I have excluded Ivan Ferguson is because Arsenal already have the maximum number of loans you can do within the Premier League, which is 2. So to bring in Ivan Ferguson, Arsenal have to let go of either Sterling, which is not happening, or Neto, which is not happening either. So I'm thinking that at this point in time, Arsenal are praying so hard that Wolves accept our offer. And I don't know why we have not made an offer right now or yet, but we should do. That's number 1. Number 2 is Dusan Vlahovic. And with Vlahovic, I'm not really sure where we are as a club. Where do we stand with Vlahovic? But also as the market, is Vlahovic a market opportunity? Or is he like a confusing position? Probably it's one of the 2 or both of them. Because with Arsenal, we know that they like Vlahovic, right? But it's been a player out of form. You that brought in Brandal Kolomwani, does that mean that Vlahovic can leave? I don't know, right? But a loan deal, I think it's been Jacob Benz or Rudy Galetti, one of those 2, has been saying this afternoon that Arsenal are the only club that have shown interest in Vlahovic. We are the only club that has shown interest in Vlahovic. So that is a position there. So if you're going to bring in one, it's going to be either Matheus Cunha or Vlahovic in January. And I would love to see Matheus Cunha for me. The reason for that is with Matheus Cunha, Saka's comeback doesn't affect him. If we bring in a winger right now, I think if Saka comes back, that winger might, just drop to the bench and die. But with Matheus Cunha, he's going to come in, Kai Havertz will stay in the team, and Cunha will be playing on the right wing. Saka coming back, if Cunha is on form, then won't be surprised to see Cunha dropping into the middle of that attacking line, and then Saka on the right, and then Trossard on the left, and then we are back up and running. The other thing why I like Cunha is Matheus Cunha allows Arsenal to go and do a centre forward deal in the summer. And I think if you signed Cunha and Isak, you could use both of them in the same lineup and you get excellent results, like really, really excellent results. But, to put that into perspective, at Wolverhampton Wanderers, Matheus Cunha plays alongside a typical number 9. And that's what I'm trying to say, that if we bring in Cunha right now, he can work as a winger, he can work as a striker. It's a much better deal. Even if it doesn't work out, you can still go and get your winger in the summer and get your another striker in the summer, and then life moves on. But for how much? And maybe that could be the question. For me, I'm thinking £80 million. £80 million. I don't think it's going to go below that, but £80 million for Matheus Cunha is a bit of an overpay. But if the manager likes him and the team believes in him, then why not? Right? Let me know. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Very close to 1K there. Let's get to 1K and let's watch these videos to the end. Let's get the watch time and let's get this community up and running once again.